again, so connective the words are. The word car is just so well known in today's legal society. The whole idea of moving around and trafficking in the use of the surname, where they call most of the legislation that involves it the Highway Traffic Act, because you're trafficking in an active use of something that's not yours. So we call that trafficking, and we know what that leads to, and we know that we generally relate to trafficking in drugs, which comes from the word drudge, which means slave. And if you're on the slave side working for the legal system, then you're enslaved to mammon. You're not serving God, you're serving money. Monetary has nothing to do with spirituality. Though there are many Christians who would argue with me on it because they've accumulated many treasures on earth and they're not willing to give them up to actually free themselves from this bondage. So when we go to the word car, out there, of course, there's also the word ambulance, and ambulances are only dealt with in the world of war, going out as a war chariot onto the field, the battlefield, to collect those of the casualty in the war. Isn't it amazing how many ambulances you will hear in a day in the major city areas where all the trafficking and commerce occurs? It's a commerce war. It may not be the type of war you think, but it still has the meaning of war, as commerce comes from immersement, which leads to mercenary, and all the things that would basically lead to being a soldier of fortune, a hireling, a prostitute. All these words are all connected. Hopefully, during the process of these breakdown of the words, we're going to be able to have a nice little format of something you can go to actually comprehend the words. So when we're looking at car, it's going to lead to war, it'll lead to the word surname, and it leads to arms. Okay? So why all of a sudden is this invention of the car happen? Well, we have to look at where the word car comes from, because that would give us a better understanding of a car, because you may not see it in the meaning of where it originates. So when we go to the word car, Samuel Johnson's dictionary of 1755 says, a small carriage of burden. Now, burden, also in Black's Law, the word last is defined as burden, which relate to the last name. And basically, car is a chariot of war or triumph. Okay, so it is something related to war. Why are there so many cars out there? Because everybody is involved in a war over commerce. And we use the cars for the transportation and the trafficking in that activity. This is simplicity understood. The one who controls this, the one who controls evil and wickedness, knows you better than you know yourself when it comes to evil. Be aware, these words are not there by chance.